Commissioning of a Calisto 5 or Calisto 9 online DGA monitor. Configure the monitor in Calisto Manager. In this video, we will show you how to configure the monitor using Calisto Manager software. Here are the tools needed to configure the monitor. A portable computer. A USB Type-B cable provided. A 3/8-inch flathead screwdriver. Launching Calisto Manager. To install Calisto Manager, use the CD provided or visit the Morgan Schaffer website. It is recommended that you use the latest version of Calisto Manager. Calisto Manager only works with Windows. When installing Calisto Manager, it is important to install the USB drivers. To launch Calisto Manager, from the Windows Start menu, choose Programs, Morgan Schaffer, Calisto Manager, Calisto Manager. The Calisto Manager main window will appear. The main window shows all Calisto monitors in the Calisto Manager database on your PC. If you are launching Calisto Manager for the first time on this PC, the list will be empty. Connecting to a monitor. Before opening Calisto Manager, verify the serial communication port, COMX, in Device Manager under COM and LPT, and note the number assigned by Windows. When connecting to a monitor for the first time, a local connection between a laptop PC with Calisto Manager installed and the Calisto USB port is required. Connect the USB cable provided with the monitor to the PC and the USB port on the Calisto interface board. To add a monitor to the database, from the tracking menu, select Add Monitor to List. For the connection type, select Serial and then click Find. The connected Calisto should appear in the Found Monitors window. Check the checkbox of the monitor to select it. Then click the Add button. The connected monitor should now appear in the list of monitors in the database displayed in the main window. If the Calisto will be installed using a permanent connection to the UDP, TCP/IP, or serial port, highlight the monitor on the main window and under the Calisto menu, select Connection. This will allow you to set the monitor address and connection settings. Monitor Settings. For each installed Calisto monitor, all Settings window tabs should be reviewed and adjusted to your preferences. Note that the user mode must be set to Advanced in order to edit the monitor settings. To enter the Advanced mode, go to the Tools menu, then choose Advanced mode. The password to the Advanced mode is Accuracy. To go back to General mode, repeat, but leave password empty. To configure the settings on the monitor, highlight the monitor in the list, then, under the Calisto menu, select Settings. Note that after entering new data in a particular field, the Enter key must be pressed in order to save that particular setting. Identification tab, Settings. Monitor and transformer information is entered in the Identification tab. Correctly setting the transformer information and the Calisto date and time will simplify the interpretation of the measurement results. It will also help keep the measurement results organized within the Calisto Manager database. The Calisto date and time can be synchronized with SNTP by changing the source. Communication tab, Settings. Calisto monitors offer native support of 3 communication protocols and 1 optional protocol. Morgan Schaffer Systems Protocol, MSSP, Modbus, DNP3 Level 2, IEC 61850 protocol is also supported using an optional hardware kit. Note, to obtain the device profile of each protocol, please contact Morgan Schaefer. The Communication tab is used to select the protocol and configure the address and appropriate network settings for each protocol. To communicate with other devices on an RS-485 network, each monitor must be assigned an RS-485 ID that is specific to that network. The range for Calisto 2 is 01 to 99, and for Calisto 5, Calisto 9, the range is 01 to 247. Each Calisto monitor has an Ethernet port, which requires a specific IP address, subnet mask, and gateway. To configure the DNP3 for RS-485 or TCP, go to the Calisto menu in the main page, then select the protocol via the DNP3 configuration. The Modbus protocol can be activated on the Calisto RS-485 communication port. Both RTU and ASCII transmission modes are supported. The following serial settings must be used by the Modbus master: data bits, 8 RTU, 7 ASCII. Parity, none. Stop bit, 1. The Modbus TCP protocol can be accessed through port 502. If the Calisto monitor has the optional IEC 61850 Ethernet communication module installed, use the software supplied with the module to change the IP address, subnet mask, and gateway of the IEC 61850 module. Once the communications have been set to the monitor, a local connection via the USB port is no longer required. Fluid Type tab, Settings. The Fluid Type tab of the Settings window is used to configure the monitor to the fluid type of the transformer being monitored. It is important to set the fluid type correctly to allow comparison of your Calisto dissolved gas and moisture readings with DGA laboratory results. For this purpose, Ostwald and moisture coefficients are programmed within the Calisto for many common fluid types. If the Ostwald and/or moisture coefficients for the transformer oil are known, these may be entered by selecting Custom as the fluid type. Calibration gas tab. Calisto 5, Calisto 9 only. Settings. The calibration gas tab of the Settings window is used to enter the gas concentrations on the specific bottle of calibration gas installed on a Calisto 5, Calisto 9 monitor. Because the gas concentrations can vary slightly from one manufacturing lot of calibration gas to another, it is important to update the values each time a new calibration gas bottle is installed. IOs tab, Settings. From the Settings window, the IOs tab is used to configure the 4-20 milliamps analog inputs and outputs to represent the desired gas, moisture, or temperature readings. Calisto 2 can read and report one external temperature sensor, T1, using the 4-20 milliamp inputs, while Calisto 5, Calisto 9 can read and report up to 3 T1, T2, and T3. Alarm Limits tab, Settings. Perhaps the most important settings for the Calisto monitor are the limits for level alarms and trend alarms for dissolved gases, moisture, and temperature readings. The limits can be modified using the Alarm Limits tab of the Settings window. The factory default alarm limits, shown here, goes as follows. The gas level 1 and level 2 values are, respectively, 2 times and 4 times the lower typical range figures provided in IEC 60599. The trend limits in ppm per week are 20% of the level 1 levels for gases and 40% of the level 1 levels for moisture. Alarm limits for levels and trends should be set based on the actual concentrations of dissolved gases and moisture in the transformer in accordance with the client's policies. Relays tab, Settings. Calisto monitors have multiple normally open, normally closed, dry contact relays. Flexible relay configuration options are provided on the Relays tab of the Settings window. Each relay has two response modes: is energized and blinks. The is energized response mode is usually used, whereas blinks can be useful to verify if relay connections are wired correctly. Each relay response can be inverted if the logic parameter is changed from the default when to when not. The condition to which the relay responds can be selected from a drop-down list which includes alarms, errors, and combinations of alarms and errors. Cycle tab, Calisto 5, Calisto 9 only. Settings. The Cycle tab of the Settings window is used to configure the measurement cycles of a Calisto 5, Calisto 9 monitor. By default, the standard measurement cycle for Calisto 5, Calisto 9 monitors is 4 hours. In the 4-hour cycle, the monitor conducts 3 separate measurements on low, medium, and then high concentration ranges. At the end of the cycle, the results are optimally combined to report the most accurate concentration for each dissolved gas. Alternatively, the standard cycle time may be configured to 160 minutes or 80 minutes, spanning only 2 concentration ranges or 1 concentration range, respectively. Choose the range in the Concentration Ranges section that best suits the gas levels in the transformer. As a guide to defining these settings, the approximate span of the low, medium, and high concentration ranges is provided on the Status window under the Concentration Ranges tab. Note that it is important to correctly set the fluid type before reviewing the concentration ranges, as these ranges depend on the Ostwald coefficients of the oil. In addition to the standard cycle, a conditional cycle can be configured. The conditional cycle allows the Calisto 5, Calisto 9 to increase the frequency of reported readings in the event of a gas alarm condition. The concentration ranges used in the conditional cycle will be those configured for the 160-minute and 80-minute cycles. Instrument tab, Settings. The Instrument tab of the Settings window is used to configure settings for the carrier gas and calibration gas cylinders. You can also enable or disable the intelligent bubble trap. For Calisto 5, Calisto 9, it is here that the low-pressure error limit for both the carrier and calibration gases can be specified. To do so, check the Enable Below checkbox to activate errors when the pressure of the carrier gas and/or the calibration gas is below the pressure specified. Low-pressure error conditions can be assigned to relays. The volume of the carrier cylinder is used to estimate its remaining lifespan. Monitor status. To view the status of a monitor, highlight it on the main window, and under the Calisto menu, select Status. The status includes readings, IOs, alarms, relays, errors, concentration ranges, and instrument. Readings status. The Readings tab shows the current readings for dissolved gases, moisture in oil, and transformer oil temperatures, if connected. Trends are also shown for dissolved gases and for the moisture values, which do not require an external temperature reading. For Calisto 5, Calisto 9, calculated gas totals are also provided, including total dissolved gas, TDG, total dissolved combustible gas, TDCG, and total headspace combustible gas, THCG. IOs status. The IOs tab shows the current in milliamps being read or output by the monitor on each of the 4-20 milliamp analog inputs and outputs. It also shows the value assigned to each IO in the associated measurement units. Alarms status. The Alarms tab shows the state of all dissolved gas, dissolved moisture, and temperature alarms. Relays status. The Relays tab shows how each relay is currently configured. If a relay is currently energized, the icon next to the relay will be highlighted in red. Errors status. The Errors tab displays any self-test errors currently active on the monitor. Each error is identified by an error name. To assist with troubleshooting, recommended client actions are provided when an error occurs. Concentration ranges status. The Concentration Ranges tab shows the approximate span of the low, medium, and high concentration ranges for the selected fluid type. It is important to correctly set the fluid type before reviewing the concentration ranges, as these ranges are dependent on the Ostwald coefficients of the oil. Instrument status. The Instrument tab displays information which is important to the ongoing operation of the Calisto 5, Calisto 9 monitor. After the Calisto 5, Calisto 9 monitor has been operating regularly for 6 to 8 weeks, estimates are provided for the remaining lifespan of the gas cylinders based on the measured gas consumption rates. If available, the pressure drop for both gases is also given for the last hour and the last 12 hours. History. Under the Calisto menu of the main screen, the History menu item is used to download and view files with historical data from the selected monitor. The file downloaded from the Event Log option will be loaded and displayed in the Event Log window. The Event Log file may be saved by clicking the Save Event Log As button. The files downloaded from the Databank Download option are in one of the Morgan Schaffer formats BNKX or BNK. The date range can be set to download only a portion of the databank. Press Start Download button to download the databank. Once the download is completed, the file may be opened right away. The data will be loaded and displayed in the databank window. Diagnostic. Under the Calisto menu of the main window, selecting the Diagnostic option will begin an automatic download of numerous files from the monitor. This collection of files can be sent to Morgan Schaffer to help evaluate the performance of the monitor. Please note that the user mode must be in advanced mode for the diagnostic feature to be available. Manage. Under the Manage menu on the main window, Events may be selected to view all events that occurred in the time period specified for all monitors in the database. Alarm events and error events will be listed at the time the event occurs. Tool. Under the Tools menu on the main window, options may be selected to configure preferences in Calisto Manager. The general settings include language, type of database selection, and report printing options. Calisto Manager offers the option to send messages such as notifications of errors or alarm conditions on a Calisto monitor. The messages can either be sent to a client URL address or to an email address. Help. Under the Help menu on the main window, About Calisto Manager may be selected to see the version of Calisto Manager along with contact information for Morgan Schaefer. This concludes the configuration of a Calisto monitor with the Calisto Manager software.
Please remember to follow these instructions carefully and contact us if you have any questions. Calisto can be virtually maintenance-free when properly installed. If you have any questions about this procedure, please feel free to ask for our help. Morgan Schaefer offers worldwide service and technical support. We are here to help you.
For detailed information, please refer to the Calisto 5 and Calisto 9 installation and operation manual, or contact Morgan Schaefer's Technical Support Department. This video was produced by Morgan Schaefer, a Doble engineering company, subsidiary of ESCO Technologies.